So, Jai Hind to all. My name is Babita. I am assistant professor in MCA department at Ajay Kumar Garg Engineering College, Ghaziabad. So, in the lecture series of the IoT, we are going to discuss the new lecture in this series. So, today's lecture is a introduction about the Arduino board. So, basically, this is the concept in which we are going to dive into the programming concept, right? So, let's get start. What's about the Arduino board? So on the completion of this lecture, learner definitely will learn about the Arduino, what is the Arduino and what are the different kinds of components. And next we will talk about the Arduino board, that is a specific hardware component. Yeah, you can say Arduino is the combination of three categories. Next we will discuss in the lecture. And next we will talk about the Arduino IDE, that is also the component of Arduino. And next we will talk about the Arduino programming, that means how to program, how to design the code for the Arduino board or for the IoT implementation mainly. And next we will talk about some real life application of these particular topics, right? So let's get start. So first of all, what do you know, what do you mean by the Arduino? Basically, before going into the dive of the programming concept, firstly we come to know about the Arduino. What is the Arduino? If I am asking this question, so basically Arduino is a prototype platform. Yeah, you can say Arduino is an open source platform where a programmer can write some codes and implement these particular code on the Arduino board. So basically it is a open source. Open source here means you can any programmers can use that particular platforms for the programming point of view and for some project implementation. It's maybe a electrical project implementation, it may be a IoT project implementation. So basically this is the open source. You can access from the internet without any cost. You can freely install these particular type of softwares on your system, right? So these kinds of software, these kind of platform, these kinds of environment known as a open source, which we are access freely, right? So this is the combination of hardware and software. Basically here, what is the meaning of the hardware and what is the meaning of software? As we know, in the terms of in the context of computer, the tangible property which we can see and touch, known as a hardware parts. Okay, and if I'm talking about the software, that is the some kind of application program, some kinds of APIs which are used to design the systems, which are used to design the applications, right? So that's type of things known as a software. So basically hardware relates to the Arduino board. This is the physical configuration. This is a physical part of the Arduino. Physical part, that means we can say this is the some device components here, some integrated objects, integrated form of the different kinds of object. So basically it consists of a circuit board which can be programmed, refers to as a microcontroller. So basically when we design more than one object, when we embed more than one objects on a single platform, we can say on a single device, that type of configuration known as a embedded system. And these embedded system is nothing but it is a microcontroller. So it is the hardware component of the Arduino. And next we will talk about the software part of the Arduino. So basically the software is nothing but it is a Arduino IDE. Arduino IDE, that means if I am talking about the IDE, basically it is a programming term, and these programming terms is not nothing but it is a integrated development environments. That means just before a minute I will discuss, we have such kind of platforms. which helps a programmer to design the programs on these particular platforms, and we don't need to purchase that kind of in environments, that's kind of IDE. So basically these are available for us free of cost, right? So basically, which is used to write the code and upload these codes on the computer, basically on the physical board, that is known as a Arduino board. So when we design some codes and these codes embed with your computer system, which is attached to your Arduino board. So basically what happened here, that particular code upload on these board, and these board react and implement correspondence to that computer code. So this is the Arduino IDE. So basically it is a environment where a programmer, where a IoT developers use that particular environments and that particular libraries and system defined functions and methods to implement these particular implementation. So this is the Arduino IDE. Next we will talk about the Arduino is just like a brain of the system. So basically here the system is nothing but we are talking about some kinds of robot systems, some kinds of electronic systems. So basically Arduino is the brain of that particular systems. So when you are designing some kind of codes and some kind of implementation for that particular specific implementation or that particular such functionality, that is the complete, that is the fulfilled by the Arduino only, right? So you can write the programs to control how it behaves. So basically what I'm saying here, the robot is nothing but it is just a human like object, a human like machine which is behave just like a human, right? So what happened is here, for example, turn on a LED when it's a dark. So basically if I am talking about the smart LEDs, so what happened when the darker the day is become darker, the light automatically turn on. So how can we implement this? How can be done this type of functionality? It will be possible just because of IoT, and IoT is nothing but it is the combination of Arduino board and Arduino IDE, right? So next we will take the example like water plants when the soil is dry. So basically if in the field of agriculture we also that plants that's kind of devices, or you can say the sensor devices. So when the soil is dry, the water is automatically on, and this particular watering that field. So next, for example, move a robot forward when it detects no obstacles. So basically if I am taking the example self-driving car, so on the road the self-driving car is going on smoothly if there is a no obstacle at the front of this car. So this is the concept of Arduino. So basically what we will outcomes here, we have three main components in which we are talking about the hardware, software and code. So the hardware is related to your Arduino board, software is related to your IDE, that is the integrated development environments, and code is nothing but it is some kind of functionality which we want to implement by using these systems. So basically this is the diagram, you can say the Arduino board, in which we have a more than one components or major components through which we are integrated together and to make the form of Arduino board. Let's get start how to configure and how to use that particular different type of objects to make the sense of the Arduino board. Here we have some set of components. These are the Arduino components, and these components include some analog pins or some digital pins, and you can say some other. Just for example, if I am talking about the actual visualization of this particular board, here we have two ports. Just for example, this is the USB port. So basically the USB port is used to connect your Arduino board, that is the hardware part, which is a separate from your system, and which we use for the actual implementation what we are designing in the form of code. So this is the port through which we are connecting our Arduino board. This is the Arduino board, and we want to connect this particular Arduino board with your system. So this particular port is used for this implementation, right? So next we will talk about, here we have some crystal oscillator pins. Yeah, you can say it is a integrated form of the different kinds of pin and different kinds of chips. And next, if I am talking about this particular part, this is the voltage regulator. So what is the functionality of voltage regulator? We will discuss in the next slide. And here we have a power button. So basically the power button is used to supply the power to the device. And here we have some digital pins, and these pins are in the we have a 14 pins total. We have a 14 digital pins, right? And here we have a analog pins, and these particular pins are used for different functionality. So that's type, we can say different components are used to make the configuration of the Arduino board. So let's discuss about the all things one by one. If I am talking about the analog reference pin, so basically the analog reference pins you see here as a right in this diagram. Yeah, as we discussed, we have a total number of 14 pins, that is known as a digital pins. So in this configuration, these are the digital pins and these are the analog pins, right? And here we have the microcontroller. This is the main component of the Arduino board, and this particular component is also known as the brain of the Arduino board, right? And we have a different kinds of power pins, and in which we have a 5 voltage pin, GND, that means the ground pin, and VIN pins, right? Basically, our Arduino board is work on a 3.3 power pins, right? And next we have a, this is also the transistor and receiver pins. So basically, the different purpose of these pins, next we will discuss in the slides. First one, we were talking about the microcontroller. So basically the microcontroller is used to coordinate the input which is taken by the user and execute the code which is written in the high level language. So basically the language may be a C and C++. If I am talking about the coding, programming supportive language for the Arduino board, it is C and C++, right? The microcontroller used in the Arduino as shown above at ATmega328P, which is manufactured by the ATMEL company, right? This is the company which is designed the Arduino board, and this Arduino board mentioned as ATmega328P. Here we have some set of pins which is always discovered in the ATmega328P, right? So here we have a 14 digital pin and 6 we have a analog pins which is used for the digital input output and analog input output, right? And here we have a DC current pin that is used for the input output pins, right? And here we have a flash memory. This is the 32 KB and 2 KB have a SRAM, and 1 KB we have a EEPROM. Why we need of the EEPROM? Because we are using the Arduino board for the programming. If once we designed a code, not necessary ki this code is permanently stored on that board. We can erase it and we can program the new code, right? So this is the microcontroller concept. So basically this is the main component because it perform the all responsibility which is related to your input and output. So basically the main execution is done by the microcontroller. Next we will talk about the digital pins. So digital pins are used for the general purpose and for example the taking a input and generating output. So basically digital pins, as its name suggests, when we have a digital kind of input and output, that is handled by the digital pins. Yeah, it is connecting by the digital pins when we input the digital form, right? Some commands are used to implement these particular functionality. Here we have a pin mode function, digital read function and digital write function. So basically we also called as the command to set the mode of the pins. Whenever we are using these particular functions, we are specifying for what purpose we are using these pins. Just for example, I mentioned like a digital read, right, and 13 comma high. So what is the meaning of this particular statement? The meaning of this statement, when the output is implement the 13 pins, the 13 is the sequence number of the digital pin. So this pins is a high, that means the light is on, and when we are implementing low, that means this particular pin, this particular pin input the corresponding lights or LED bulb to low, that means off, right? So this is the implementation which is going on. Next we will talk about the analog pins. So basically the analog pins are used for the general purpose like a supporting 10 bits analog to digital conversion. So when we are applying the analog input, but ultimately the system accept only the form of digital. So basically what is the requirement here? The requirement is the conversion of analog to digital. So this is performed using the analog read function. So for this point of view, we are using the analog pins. Next we will talk about the power pins. The power pins are used to supply the power when are needed for the operating the Arduino. So basically when we are working with the Arduino and we are implementing some kind of functionality by designing some codes, when we have to supply powers, because without power this particular device are not working. In some case, just for example, we have a no option of USB cable. We are using some external source like a jack is used to drive the power, then it can be connected to this pin. So basically power pins, although we have the USB port through which we are connecting our Arduino board to the computer system, the computer system power is supplied to the Arduino board for running the functionality. But in case we have a no option, then this will in this case we are using that particular pins, right? So this is the concept in which we are talking about the 5-volt pins, 3.3 volt pins and GND pins. So what I am saying here, I am saying just for example, this is the Arduino board and here we have the USB port, but this USB port is not working. In some cases this is not working, then we can also apply power to our board. So basically for that point of view we are using power pins, right? Next we will talk about some other pins which is used in the Arduino board. Just for example, AREF, that is the analog reference pin. right? So analog reference pins used to voltage for the analog inputs, and we are using for that point of view, yeah, for that purpose analog reference function. So basically, if I am talking about the Arduino IDE, so it is the set of some system defined functions or methods in the form of libraries. So here this is nothing but it is the Arduino IDE library. So IDE is also considered as the set of libraries, right? And next we will talk about the reset button. Yeah, we can say the reset pin. So this particular pin is used bring this line low to reset the microcontroller. So basically, just for example, we are designing a code, we are implementing a specific functionality or specific work, but now I feel कि I have no need to this particular program. I want to erase and I want to apply new program, or you can say new implementation on the Arduino board. So basically we have an option to reset our Arduino board, right, by using reset button. This is the case. So this particular use to reset button to shield which block of the which block the one on the board. So this is the not a external option. This is also exist on the Arduino board, right? One of the option which is available on the Arduino board. Next we will talk about the Arduino IDE. Basically we come to know about the Arduino hardware and what kind of different pins or different components used on that board. So now we will talk about the Arduino IDE. So basically Arduino IDE is integrated development environment. It is the official website, or you can say that it is an official software used to write, edit and upload your programs. So basically what we want to implement and what we want to we can say apply on the projects, we are using these particular software to edit, to write and to upload the codes. Any kind of code you can write on the Arduino board. There is no foundation, you are not implementing such kind of functions, such kind of implementation, you can write anything, right? Next we will talk about some basically we can say the Arduino is consist of many libraries, and these libraries is nothing but it is some set of functions or methods, and which are using for the different kinds of projects. These projects may be electrical projects, or these projects may be some IoT projects, right? So any kind of projects you can implement with the help of Arduino IDE or libraries. Next, Arduino software is compatible with a different operating system. So there is the no foundation ki this is not working with the Mac OS or Windows OS. You can implement, you can compatible with any kind of any one of any operating system. Your operating system may be Linux or Mac OS, right? And it supports the programming language C and C++. This is the basic benefits of the programmers who are learning IoT project implementation, who are not know the any kind of programming language. They can start with the C and C++, which is very easy to implement, right? And Arduino software is a tool to develop new things and create a new electronics or IoT projects by anyone. So this is also the biggest achievement of these particular tools, because any can implement these particular functions or these particular implementation without knowing any technical knowledge, right? Even children can also use that particular devices, and engineers, programmers, any can else, right? So basically this is the biggest achievement of these device. It is very easy to use. Basically I am saying it is very easy to use. How can you get the Arduino IDE? You can go with the official website, that is the http://www.arduino.cc. This is the official website where you can install the software on your computer, and next connect your Arduino board via USB cable or start coding. So basically I am saying ki just suppose ki your computer and here you have a Arduino board. This particular board may be a UNO board, which is more specifically used by the programmers or developers, because this particular board is commonly used by every programmer and developers. Now you are connecting with your system, right? Now you are connecting with your system, and now you have to use, right? And you also download and install Arduino IDE on your system. Now you can open your software and set up by configuration mode by setting some options, and next you upload your code on the Arduino board, and let's see your implementation, right? So how to code and how to use the Arduino IDE you will discuss in the we will discuss in this slide. So firstly, Arduino code is written in a C and C++ language, ठीक है? And next the code you write is called the sketch. If I am saying when we are designing a code in C and C++, we are calling it as a program. But if you are talking about the Arduino programming and you write some code, you are calling it as a sketch, not a program, right? It tells the Arduino board what to do. This particular sketch tells the Arduino board, because Arduino board has have a separate device. So basically the program is written on your computer, and this particular code upload on this Arduino board, and this Arduino board understood what to do, what I have to do, right? So basically this code tells about the Arduino board, to the Arduino board what to do, and like turn on the LED या फिर read sensors and data or move a motor. Anything can be done by this particular code and Arduino board, right? For designing a code, you have some requirements, like you have a Arduino board, as I discussed previously. You have to you should have a USB cable, and you should have a computer, and with proper installation of Arduino IDE. And next, optional, you have a breadboard. Breadboard is nothing but it is some external configuration which is just like, right? We are using for connecting more than one Arduino boards. Basically the main functionality and main use of the breadboard, so basically when we are using more than one device together, we are using the breadboard, and LED and sensors, right? These are the optional. How it work? Connect to your Arduino to your PC via USB board, then open Arduino IDE, then select correct board. That means when you are open the configuration setting, you have see the available board. So basically you have to select the correct board which are using and which are you have. So basically if I have a UNO board, so you are selecting the UNO board, right? And COM port, right? Next, click the upload button, and done. Your Arduino will now run the sketch. Sketch is nothing but it is a code which you write by using C and C++ language, right? Next, we have a simple example to show how to write the code and how it works on the Arduino board. So basically here we have two parts. First one is your void setup. That is the main configuration, main implementation which we are designing and which we are make the code for this, right? And this one is the void loop. This particular function is used. We are repeating that particular implementation and that particular functionality again and again till we are expected, right? So basically this particular syntax follow some set of commands and make the implementation of LED light is blinking, right? So basically the void function is used and we have to open the particular pin, right? As we discussed, we have a digital pins and the total number of pins are 14. So basically 13 pins we are using for a pin mode. We are specifying the mode of the pins and this is used for as a output because we want to blink an LED light. Next, how much time, how many times it will be repeat and how it will work. So next is a void loop. This is the function and next we will use the another command, that is the digital write, and again we are using 13 pin and it puts it set as a high. It set as a high. So basically here the meaning of high is nothing but it is a on, right? So if I am talking about the LED light, so what is the meaning actual? The light is on. So turn on the light. How much time it will stay? It will stay. This is the function to stay the particular functionality. So basically it stay 1 second, right? Next, in the next command we will set as a low. So basically if I am talking about the blinking, so what happened in the case of blinking? The light is on for some time and again off for some time. If I am talking about the blinking lights, so that means it on for some time and off for some time. That's type of scenario and that's type of implementation we realize as a blinking of the light. When it will happen, we are feeling just the blinking of an LED light. So this is the code for this particular implementation. So that's all about the Arduino IDE. So how can we use for the program point of view and how can we use for the project implementation? So basically this is the core example. Next we will talk about some real life applications where we are using these Arduino boards, and such kind of Arduino boards is nothing but it is a sensors. So basically if I am talking about the home automation, so like a smart light is nothing, just for example, you are not present and nobody present in your house. So definitely all the lights on your house, at your house automatically off. If you entered, any one person entered in your house, the automatically your lights get on. This is the smart light system. So for what purpose we are using such kind of system? Basically the major function main purpose of these kinds of system we are using in today's era, we are utilize the energy. Basically if we are not present in a house, the automatically your lights get off. That means you are using your electricity properly or effectively, right? If I am talking about the DIY weather stations, so basically in the weather stations also use that kinds of systems and that kinds of devices for monitoring the weather conditions or stations. If today's temperature is high and humidity is high, so basically there is the prediction to possible rain, right? If I am talking about the automatic PAT feeders, so basically if no one present at home but we have a pet and the pet is required some feed, so there also a system which is provide the automatically feed. And next we will talk about the traffic light. As you seen in the at the road, the traffic lights is used to monitor and to control the traffics on the road in the cities, right, where the city have the lots of huge amount of traffics on the road. So basically these kinds of sensor devices or Arduino boards are used for such implementation. Next, other IoT devices. We have a lots of IoT devices. If I'm talking about the self-driving car, also have the lots of IoT devices. If I'm talking about the intelligent building, also have a lots of IoT devices. So basically, where we are using the electrical devices or IoT devices, we are using in inbuilt Arduino boards, right? So these are the real life example where we are using this particular tool. Yeah, we can say this particular platform, right? Thanks all about. Basically, this particular lecture is benefits to the MCA students because this particular topic is derived from the 4th unit in which we are talking about the Arduino programming. But this is the basic introductory part. If you want to other more such videos and lectures on this in this series, you can comment and you can share your lecture to your friend circle, right? Thank you.